You're listening to episode number 68, 4 Ways to Connect with Your Higher Self. Welcome, boss bitches, to the Boss Bitch Rising podcast. My name is Coach Kale, but some people prefer to call me Daddy Kale. I'm a mindset and success coach as well as a business strategist for entrepreneurs. I have over 10 years of experience as an entrepreneur and have helped transform the lives of thousands of people. I hold several certifications including NLP or Neurolinguistics Programming, Hypnosis, EFT, Reiki and Energy Healing, among others. My coaching method is simple. Awaken, align, activate, then ascend. Awaken your inner boss bitch through connecting to your most authentic self. Align in understanding with love and purpose. Activate your goddess soul, then ascend into your most confident, powerful, badass self. I know you're going to find so much value here. Now let's rise up. Hello, beautiful boss bitch, and welcome back to Boss Bitch Rising. I am so excited to share today's episode with you because over the last several weeks, I have been looking back on my life. I turn 30 years old next Tuesday, December 15th. And in the last 30-day period leading up to my 30th birthday, I have been doing what's called a 30-day shed, where I intentionally look back on the lessons, the learnings, the seasons, relationships, the failed opportunities, the successes I've had, pretty much every part of my life that I have taken something away from. Something that I've learned, something that has been applicable for the next chapter or the next phase of my life. And I feel everything in your life you can take something away from, whether it is a success or a failure. So that is the reason why I have intentionally spent this last 20 days or so reflecting on my life, the lessons, the learnings, the things that I need to celebrate that maybe I didn't spend enough time celebrating. But one of the most important things that I've learned in my journey of deeper personal connection and healing includes 4 things that are very connected to one another. Those 4 things include core values, human design, the human energy field, which includes the aura and the chakras, and emotional freedom and emotional intelligence. In my own personal journey, these are things that have allowed me to gain deeper understanding of who I am, the way that I operate within my life, and how I can better honor myself moving in my day-to-day tasks. Now, these 4 different elements, in my experience, has been profound in what I have learned about myself. And, we can figure out what our favorite color is, what food we like, what music we like, if we like dancing, or if we'd rather watch, if we love wearing black, or we like to spice it up and wear frilly, colorful things, right? Those are all very superficial, surface level things that we can get to know about ourselves. And then when we start to dive deeper into understanding your core values, your human design, understanding the human energy field, and your chakras, learning how to balance them, and understanding how you can create emotional freedom for your life and cultivate more emotional intelligence will really get you deep to the core of your being and allow you a deeper sense of understanding, knowing, and connection with your higher self. All of these are intertwined because this helps the manifestation process. When you're better able to honor yourself, your feelings, your needs, then you are able to align more rapidly with the things that you are calling into your life. You are also able to have a better understanding of what is in alignment for your higher self and what is something that is very superficial level that you might think you want, but when you really dive deep, you'll realize that you never really wanted these things all along. Now, hear me out for just a second. I find that when I am coaching my clients, when we are going deep, we are connecting and understanding with the core values, understanding the human design, understanding the human energy field, and then creating emotional intelligence and emotional freedom. My clients actually start to realize that they desired things, or at least thought they desired things in their life, that when they start to dive really deep and connect more deeply with themselves, they don't really actually want the things that they thought they wanted their whole life. Now, we as humans are social creatures, and we are surrounded by people that we hopefully enjoy being around. These people that you surround yourself with will likely have an influence of some sort on your life. Things that they desire, you eventually will start to desire the same or similar things. And just by default, it's because you're constantly surrounded by it, you're constantly reminded of it. Now, this doesn't happen to everyone, but it has happened in your life in one way or another, just like it's happened in my life a couple times. And I'm sure that this is a common pattern that happens for a lot of people. Of course, because I do see it a lot within my coaching sessions. So when we start to go really deep, diving deep into understanding and connecting with your more authentic self through understanding your core values, through understanding your human design, through cultivating an awareness of your human energy field, and then deepening your emotional intelligence. These are all interconnected because now you are becoming even more deeply intertwined and aware of, as well as aligned with, your most authentic self, which actually heightens the manifestation powers that you hold within. I wholeheartedly believe that we are all very powerful manifestors, but if you are manifesting from a place of being out of alignment with your authentic self or your higher self, then you are going to attract out of alignment opportunities and relationships and what have you. The more deeply you dive into understanding yourself and aligning with your most authentic self, this is going to make you become a very, very powerful magnetic energy to attract everything that is in alignment for your highest and best good. So you see what happens here is the deeper that you dive into understanding of your true self, the more that is revealed to you of how little you thought you actually knew. So many souls are walking around half asleep, not really understanding, much less knowing who they really are at their core. So their true needs are never really met, and this creates malnourishment of the soul. And the only way to reconcile this is through intentional, powerful, deep connection of your innermost thoughts, feelings, experiences, desires, and energies. Which, yes, sounds like a daunting task, but each part builds upon the next. So understanding your core values means you understand what is important to you and why, then goes deeper into showing you how in alignment you are with your core values, both giving and receiving. So let me break this down for you just a little bit. If one of your core values is empathy, and you feel like you have the ability to understand and share the feelings of others, you're empathetic of others, you feel like you are aligned with your core value of empathy. But you have relationships that are very important to you with people that you feel lack empathy. You feel like these people do not have the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. They cannot see the pain that others have, therefore they can't relate to it, therefore they don't care about it. Or maybe they even feel like it doesn't even exist. If these people are really close to you and really important to you and they lack empathy, that means you are out of alignment from receiving empathy from certain relationships in your life. That means those relationships have some aspect of them that are out of alignment in accordance to your core values. You can be extremely in alignment with yourself within that particular core value, but the people that you surround yourself with, if they are out of alignment, you will feel like those relationships are lacking in some way. Now, let me break this down just a little further for you. So these particular relationships, if you feel like these people lack empathy, they might not necessarily be lacking empathy towards you. They might show you empathy, but because your core value or one of your core values is empathy, if this particular person lacks empathy for other people and you don't understand that or you recognize it, this still means that you are out of alignment from receiving that core value in its entirety from that relationship. The reason why understanding your core values and recognizing how in alignment or out of alignment you are within these core values, both giving and receiving, the reason why this is so important is because so many people enter into friendships, relationships, opportunities without fully knowing their core values. Therefore, they make decisions superficially and not with depth. When they make superficial decisions, this is going to create a lot of incongruency or a lot of unalignment within their life. They are going to feel unfulfilled or like something isn't quite right or like they deserve better or more within that relationship. So I've actually created a free core values assessment where this assessment breaks down all of the different types of core values you could possibly have. I like to choose the top 10. So the top 10 most important core values. And then it also helps you assess how in alignment you are with these core values, both giving and receiving. This assessment is completely free. It's on my website. Just go to kellroberts.com, click on the freebie tab, and you'll see that core value assessment right there. This assessment is going to help you get into full understanding of what is most important to you in your life, why these things are important, and then how in alignment you are giving and receiving of these core values. You might find that you think you're in alignment with certain core values, and when you really assess your life in its entirety, your relationships, the environments that you're surrounding yourself with, maybe even your work life, you might be out of alignment in certain ways. And so this is going to help you really understand why you might be feeling unfulfilled, or why you aren't manifesting certain desires that you have, or why relationships have a continued pattern of not working out or similar problems in your relationships. So again, go get this core value assessment, really get deep into figuring out what's important to you and how in alignment you are with everything that you desire in your life. Go to kellroberts.com, click on the freebie tab, and you can download that free core values assessment there. So step number 2 in connecting with your higher self is understanding your human design. And this might be one of the best ways to understand your unique needs. Human design shows you where and how to access your body consciousness as a decision-making tool, and ultimately how to live more true to yourself. Now, you may or may not be familiar with human design. Human design combines astrology, I Ching, Kabbalah, and the chakras, and it helps to give you more insight and discover what makes you different from everyone else. It provides profound insight within your psychology and the inner workings of how you're showing up, especially to manifest your desires. Now, there are 5 different types of human design characters. There are manifestors, generators, manifesting generators, projectors, or reflectors. And each one of these really shows you different personality types and characteristics that you might have no idea about. And this is based off of your birth chart, your birthday, your birth time, your birth location, and it combines a lot of different aspects into helping give you more insight into how you are showing up. So for me, I'm a projector, and I never understood the reason why I needed to take so many breaks in my day. But just a simple 5 to 15 minute break is really all that I need. But I would judge myself for needing to take these breaks because I'm surrounded by a lot of manifestors, generators, and manifesting generators. These types of people can get shit done. They are doers. They're workhorses. They can work all day without taking any breaks. And being that I'm surrounded by so many of these types of human design people, I would judge myself so much for needing to take breaks. Now, as a projector, projectors, characteristically speaking, can work for 2 to maybe 4 hour periods of time, and then they need to pull away, take a break, have a break state, and then they can get back into it. That's exactly how I am. And I never understood this until I started diving deep into human design. And diving deep into my human design allowed me to take better responsibility and better care of myself in how I was showing up in my day-to-day life. But it also allowed me understanding of a lot of other people in my life as well. You've heard the saying that comparison kills. Well, I literally killed myself by comparing myself to all of these other people who are doers and can just get shit done. But they are the manifestors, the generators, and the manifesting generators, and I am not that. When I learned my human design, I was able to learn that I'm special, I need breaks, and that when I take breaks, I work better. And that in order for me to work better, I need to honor my needs as a projector and take breaks more regularly. So, what might you find about how you're showing up in your day-to-day life and how you're going about the manifestation process within the inner workings of your personal human design? Step number 4 in connecting with your higher self is understanding and connecting with the human energy field. The human energy field exists within the body as well as around the body, with specific energy centers usually referred to as chakras. You've probably heard of chakras before, but you may not be familiar with the human energy field. This can otherwise be known as the human aura. Some people have described 7 layers of the energy that go beyond the physical body, and they are sometimes labeled as etheric or vital or the emotional or astral body, as well as the mental field. So learning to tap into this energy, balance it, extend it, and use it to align with the right energetically equal people and opportunities can allow you decision-making skills that transcend the experience that you may be currently living. Now, I know that sounds like a mouthful, like what the fuck did Kale just say to me? But every human being has the human energy field. And you've probably felt it at one point in your life or another, like good vibes, bad vibes. You don't know a person, but they just walk into your space and you feel like, oh my God, this person's energy feels really good. Or maybe you feel the opposite, like, I don't know what's going on with that person, but like, I don't like their energy. And you don't know this person. We've all felt that at one point in our life or another, and it's usually pretty accurate. You are feeling this person's energy field. This can also be known as Reiki energy. We all have Reiki energy that lives within us. Every living thing on this planet has Reiki energy. And when we learn to tap into this energetic field, balance it, extend it beyond ourselves, and then align with the right energetically equal people and opportunities, we can become some of the most powerful manifestors that we've ever known ourselves to be. So balancing your energy can really mean tapping into your chakras, understanding your emotions, understanding how you're showing up in certain situations or relationships, how you're feeling when you put yourself into certain environments or when you're around certain people. When you understand the energy that's going on within you and around you, this can give you better understanding of how you can start to balance it. Also, again, this is correlated with your core values. When you understand your core values, you can now begin to understand the energy that you are feeling and sensing within certain environments and relationships. Now, understanding and tapping into balancing and extending the human energy field has been a long time coming for me. I became a certified energy healer back in 2017, and that was because I had a massage client that every time I was finished massaging her, I would feel sick to my stomach or really depressed or sad or tired. And she was otherwise a really easy person to massage physically, but mentally and emotionally, I was absorbing her energy. And I had to learn how to not only balance her energy, but to help restore and block that negative energy from my energetic field. Being that I am an empath, I do easily take on the emotions of other people. I feel them in my body. And for a long time of my life, like this was very uncomfortable for me. And I had to learn how to tap into human energy field to balance it, extend my energy out, and align with the right energies in order to help me live my most fulfilling life. Especially because I do work so closely with other people, I was absorbing a lot of unwanted negative emotions and literally removing those negative emotions from people. I was taking them on as if they were my own, and then those people were like, oh my God, I always feel so good when I'm around you. But it's because I was taking their negative energy, removing it and absorbing it into my energy field. And so this is something for any empath, but every human being should learn to understand the human energy field, because this will help you align with the right people and opportunities. When you are an energetic equal to people and opportunities, this can allow you decision-making skills that transcend the experience that you are currently living, because now you are living in the experience deeply connected with your higher self, which is exactly what we want, especially when we are in the manifestation process. And lastly, the last way to connect to your higher self is cultivating emotional intelligence, which will ultimately give you emotional freedom. Now, both emotional intelligence and emotional freedom are essential to navigating difficult situations and cultivating the most positive and rewarding relationships. Not just relationships with others, but a positive and rewarding relationship with yourself, because now you are not so in your emotions all the time. You're not overthinking everything all the time. When you connect everything, your human energy field, your core values, and your human design, this can really give you a deeper insight into how to have better emotional intelligence and emotional freedom. And I do wholeheartedly believe that when you connect with your core values, when you understand your human design, and you begin to tap into the human energy field, this can give you much deeper insight into how to cultivate even deeper emotional intelligence and emotional freedom. I do believe that all four of these things are so intertwined with one another. They do directly connect you to your higher self, because now you're not just showing up and working through your patterns in your day-to-day life. You are showing up more connected to your higher self and more connected to the outside world. When you're connected with yourself, you can show up better in how you are manifesting your dreams and desires. When you are connected to yourself, you can now cultivate better relationships. When you are better connected to your higher self, you can actually foresee things that are about to happen, both within opportunities and within your relationships. And this is amazing, because I swear all four of these have really helped my intuition become even more enhanced. I feel like I've always been really connected to my intuition. My intuition has never steered me wrong. But when I really intentionally tapped into understanding all four of these points, my core values, my human design, my own personal energy field, but also the energies that are around me, this helped me to have more emotional intelligence, but to have that deeper intuition. So now it's just like I'm not so emotionally involved with certain things in my life, because I can really discern between what energetically needs my emotion and what energetically just needs a decision. And there is a big difference between both. Not everything in your life needs emotion involved, especially if this thing that you are becoming emotionally involved with is out of alignment with your higher self. Now, that hits deep. If you are becoming emotionally involved with things that are out of alignment of your higher self, it's quite literally a waste of time, emotion, and energy, but you're feeding a source that is not going to cultivate anything positive for you. It's something that's eventually going to die anyway. So this is the reason why all of these four ways in connecting with your higher self are so important. If you truly want to become a master manifester, if you truly want to have powerful, beneficial, fulfilling relationships, and if you truly want to live a life of your ultimate desires, understanding how to deeply connect to these four ways in connecting with your higher self are going to be the most powerful things that you do today and every day moving forward. So again, if you want to get your hands on that free core value assessment, just go to kaleroberts.com, click on the freebie tab, and you'll see it right there, the core value assessment. This is a great place for you to start. Now, keep an eye out for other episodes, because I really just gave you brief points on all four of these topics, and I do really want to dive deeply into each one of these topics in its own standalone episode. So I will be releasing that. Those will be coming out in the next year, in 2021, and I really want to help you dig deep into who you are so that you can rise up into the most abundant, connected, aligned version of yourself possible. So as you are setting your New Year intention, as we're moving into aligning with all of the things we are attracting in 2021, these are things that I encourage you to look into and consider. Again, download that free core value assessment at kaleroberts.com. Click on the freebie tab. Start there. That's the perfect starting point so you can really understand how to call in more aligned relationships and opportunities moving into this next year ahead. And of course, remember that I am always here for you. If you have any questions from today's episode, you can email me at connect@kaleroberts.com, or you can find me on social media. I'm the Kale Collective on Instagram. Thank you for spending time with me today and diving deep into the 4 ways that you can connect with your higher self. Until next week, my love. Thank you so much for joining me in today's episode. I hope you found extreme value in today's content. Of course, if you love today's episode, take a screenshot, share it on social media, and tag me in it, because not only do I love to feel all the love, but I also love to hear your feedback. Of course, if you want to get connected with me further, you can find me on my website at kaleroberts.com or on social media. I'm at the Kale Collective. Until next week, boss bitches, rise up.